Yo, what's up everybody? This is Jake Bryan and you are listening to the Content Creator Radio. Today we are going to be talking about the 5 things that good photographers do. Let's get into it. So, I remember going to a whole bunch of shoots and I would hear from clients all the time. They would say, wow, I've tried other photographers, or I've been with this photographer and this photographer. Like all of these horror stories of photographers calling them and canceling last minute or asking for all the money up front. Like all of these things. And I was like, I didn't think this was like hard to know, but like some of this stuff is like, to me it's common knowledge, to other people it's just not. So I wanted to go over the 7 things. Yes, it's 7 things, my bad. I wanted to do 5. I wanted to do 10 for all my OCD people, but I got stuck with 7. So here are these 7 things that good photographers do. Number 1, you, more than anything, you are not rude as a good photographer. As a great photographer, a professional photographer, whatever you want to put out there, we're going to put good. So your reputation, in my opinion, is worth a lot more than your money. And I say that, and it's back behind the story, because I remember reaching out to some photographers and people, and my overall, like, the vibe that I got was that all they wanted was money. Like, they didn't want to network, they didn't want to talk, they just wanted money, money, money. It was like, there was no sense of like friendship or like a community, and so I felt like I was just kind of on the journey all alone. I'm sure some of you guys can relate. And so I want to encourage you guys, don't be rude. Your reputation is worth way more than a couple $100 for a photo shoot or something like that. Work with people, have discernment, and just be a workable person. Don't be super rude. Number 2, please be on time to your shoots. When you say that you are going to be at a shoot at 7 o'clock in the morning for sunrise, don't miss that and make your client wait on you and show up an hour late. I've worked with photographers before where they said they were going to be here at a certain time. I get up at 5 in the morning to go shoot with them, and then they text me 4 hours later, oh shoot, sorry, I slept in, or I didn't set an alarm, or whatever. Be responsible, own the things that you do, and be on time for your shoots. Number 3, this is a little bit different. Deliver your product on time. Number 3, deliver your product on time. When you say that you're going to have your photos done in 3 days, in 2 weeks, or in whatever your time frame is for your project, whatever, depending on what you're doing, make sure that you are on time and on top of your crap. Okay? Because there are so many photographers. I've heard the horror story. You're not going to believe me, but I kid you not. I know people who waited a year. Yes, a full year to get their wedding photos. Don't be that guy, because you will never get recommended for a job ever. Like ever. Just deliver your stuff on time and be on top of your stuff and know your craft and deliver your crap. Okay? That's what it's not crap, but you know what, you get what I'm saying. The 4th things that good photographers do, or they use, are contracts and agreements. Now, I like to say agreements instead of contracts, because contracts kind of sound like I'm signing my life away, right? But if we use agreements, we're agreeing to do the same thing. We agree to do a certain service under a certain price and under certain conditions. Use agreements and please get paid. We want to make sure that we are getting paid on our jobs. We want to make sure that we completely understand what is our job and what is not our job. When you're at a wedding, you are not the psychiatrist, the therapist, and the doctor and medical assistant, okay? You are the photographer. You are not entitled to have to do everything on that shoot, on the wedding. Like, I get it. Like, it's a little crazy sometimes, especially wedding shoots. I'm calling all my wedding photographers out there. It gets a little crazy. I get it. Like, oh my gosh. Like, I understand. It gets a little insane. So, just use agreements, use agreements or contracts, whatever you want to say. Like, just make sure you're safe and that you're getting paid on time. You know when everything's expected, and in case something does go wrong, you will win in court. The next thing a good photographer would do is he over-delivers. He or she always over-delivers. If you say you're getting 30 to 40 photos for your client, do something a little bit extra. Maybe throw in an extra 5 or an extra 6 and say, hey, these are some of my favorites, or here's a couple extra edits, or here's a couple retouches. There's just something. Over-deliver every single time. Don't get lazy, y'all. Like, over-deliver. You care about your clients. You love them. You want to keep them coming back. Over-deliver for them over and over and over again. Why? You're more likely to get recommended. They're going to want to come back to you, and no other photographer is going to be able to compete with you. The next thing that good photographers do kind of goes along with over-delivering. It is creating value. You want to create as much value for your client as possible. When you're saying you were shooting on one shoot, you say, add a whole bunch of different things and make it worth the price. There is nothing better than being the least expensive or the most expensive. Like, there's nothing good about being the second cheapest, right? So create your offer and create a lot of value. I've been hammering this in every single episode since episode 1. You need to have value for your clients. That is so important. Why? Because they have to have a reason to go with you over somebody else who might have the same looking work as you do. If you just bought a preset online, you don't really have your own style. It's just kind of somebody else's preset that just is all your stuff. You need to have something that is different. And the 7th thing that we're going to be talking about is posing your models. Now, this goes for portrait photographers. Most of you guys are portrait photographers. I get that. Do not miss this key piece. Just because you're a good photographer doesn't mean that you're going to have good shots. Why? Because sometimes your shots look weird because your model was looking the wrong way. They weren't relaxed. They were leaning weird, or like you didn't watch where their leg was, or you didn't get their shoe in, or whatever. Like, pose your models. There's some YouTube videos out there. There's plenty of them. Just watch some YouTube videos and learn how to pose people. It really, really helps. Like, when you're comfortable with a model and you're just like, okay, try this or mimic this or do this or do that, like, it makes it way easier on you, way easier on them. Like, it's so much more simple. One of my clients specifically, he said when we were on a shoot, we shot together like 2 or 3 times, and the second time we shot, we were walking through the city, walking around. He's like, dude, I went back to the city I'm from, because he wasn't from where I was locally, and he's like, dude, I tried all these other photographers, and like, they didn't have what I wanted. Like, they didn't know how to pose. I wasn't comfortable. It was just kind of weird. Like they were like, just do your thing. And he was like, no. And he will never work with those photographers again. Why? Because they didn't know how to pose, and he felt really awkward. So as a model or the person who's paying a bunch of money for the shoot, they want the best offer, the best value that they can get. And they want to have somebody that they're comfortable with, someone that can pose them well. These become your friends as well as your clients. Just give them your best, give them value, and that's how you keep your clients. And those are the 7 things that good photographers do. If you think that I left anything out, leave me a message at Jake Bryan on Instagram, or make a comment underneath. If you are on YouTube watching this right now, let me know what you think. And if you enjoyed this video, it would mean the world to me if you give me a share for Content Creator Radio. Once again, it's Content Creator Radio. If you guys want to share it on Instagram or social media, I'll do some reposting or whatever. That'd be super dope. I appreciate that. With all the time that goes into this and everything, I would really appreciate some support, some feedback. If it sucked, let me know. That like button works, and if you hated it, you can use that dislike button too. That's cool. It works too. So anyways, thank you guys for listening to the Content Creator Radio. My name is Jake Bryan, and I will see y'all in the next episode. Peace out, y'all. Hey guys, just want to say a quick thank you for checking out the Content Creator Radio. If you enjoyed today's episode, go ahead and click that like and subscribe button and listen on all your favorite platforms like Spotify and Apple Music. Until next time, I'll see you in the next podcast.
I swear I like your style. Put you in Chanel cause it's just perfect for your smile. Girl, I swear for you I'd run the world, I'd run the miles.